We have a lot to go over, and we're going to talk about robotics, where we are now, the latest Optimus update. And then, so we have Optimus robot. We have a Toyota robot that made 2,000 basketball shots in over 2,000. They had to just shut it down. Thing couldn't miss. But then we're gonna talk about we're actually gonna jump into this first. What robots could be the biggest problem they could turn into that at least I feel. Uh, and we're gonna talk about the movie Subservience. Um, here's what we're talking about. Oh, hang on. Let's get the full picture right here. Megan Fox is a seductive killer AI robot in Subservience. Now you watched this movie, right, Mike?
I did.
I did too, and there shouldn't be any spoilers, but just in case there's spoilers, we're gonna be talking about this movie in general, parts that happen, because I do feel, and tell me if you got this same thing. Let's say the first 3 quarters of the movie. Do you not feel that was a pretty accurate representation of what this could look like in the
Uh,
future?
I do. What the capabilities will be in the future at some point, I
Mhm.
think they're going to be spot on.
And what I just want to figure out: do we put lingerie on robots? Because there's 2 scenes, and that's Megan. Now that's actually a robot. That's 100%. That's a robot that a dad bought from the store. This guy right here, he's overwhelmed. Goes into the store, goes into a mall full of robots. This is their latest AI model, and what? So was it the 3 C's or the 3 D's? There was something like that. Cooks, cleans, something else, or
Oh yeah, I forget what it was. Cooks,
uh,
cleans, and cares.
yeah, cook, clean, and care.
It was child care or something.
Childcare, that's what it was. Cooks, cleans, and childcare.
Yeah,
The 3 C's, and it was like, "Don't worry, this robot has that feature."
yeah,
It was just the new one,
yeah.
and
So, again, spoiler alert: if you don't know anything about the movie, the husband's wife has a heart issue. She goes in the hospital. They don't know if she's going to make it. He's overwhelmed. He needs help, so he goes and buys this robot.
yeah. So, which I'm trying to find a store bought picture real quick. Um, but you know what? This is close enough. This is all right. So right here, this is what it looks like at the store. A little mini skirt, but a white collar, childcare, reading a story to the little girl. And what's funny, very realistic. Reading a story to the girl in the mom's voice because the girl liked it.
Yeah.
The dad thought that was a little bit weird, which I understood and didn't. I don't know. How would you feel about that? Do you feel like that's invading space or really mimicking, trying to replace mom, or
In this, well, in the movie, it was trying to replace mom,
yeah?
but in reality, a robot's gonna be able to mimic any voice that you want it to.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So if there's a character in the book, it would sound like that character. Maybe Harry Potter doesn't need a British accent. Give me the Spanish Harry Potter. Give me the Harry Potter from New York or the Bronx. Or you're missing that family member. I want to close my eyes. I want to pretend Dad's reading me a story. I'm 37, but I want to pretend I'm 7. Like I say full send on that one. But I'm gonna be part of the problem later because I think the world's good. We're too. Is it addictive, obsessive, or possibly even both? Like this is going to be so easy. Yes, it's gonna be nice at first, and then it's gonna be easy, and then it's just gonna be almost assumed. It's gonna be just have that do it.
Yeah.
And that just if there was a graph I could show right now, um, but it just doesn't really. I mean, I could show you a graph. I'm sure YouTube would probably rather look at this. Um, Man, but how perfect would it be if you just look at my hands? Here's life and here's robots, and the more lifelike we make the robots, the less lifelike the humans are. That makes sense. Would you agree with that?
Kinda. Yeah.
because
Basically us losing our humanity.
yeah, and let's talk about Tesla. Let's play a quick little clip. All
So
right,
this is the future. This is where
uh-huh.
we're going.
Here we are now.
This is where we are
30
now.
Yeah, let me borrow 30 seconds of your time because this was posted. There's no volume here. This was posted on X, Elon's platform. This is Optimus walking in some mulch, some uneven field. He's going uphill, downhill, just kind of wobbling along. This is about how I looked when I was walking when I was, probably 6, 7 days old. I was just getting the hang of things. I was
You were walking
a,
at 6 or 7 days. Okay.
I was a late bloomer. I didn't come out walking, but it was close. So right there, he slips on the mulch and catches himself. And how impressive is that? Because a lot of people are really wondering right now. One of the biggest things was, what if a robot falls over? Like that was another thing. Like, can you have this robot in your house? What if it falls over on a kid and can't get back up or something like that?
Yeah.
And I get that fear, but you and I went to a robotics convention that had the humanoid robots, had robots for everything.
Yeah.
Um, and what we saw was a robot holding a square, and there was a ball on there, and you could push that ball anywhere, and it would rotate its hand and get that ball in the middle. And it wasn't like rotate here, the ball goes all over here, rotates back, but it slowly gets smaller. It would rotate it right back square. It was like you would have sworn that thing was remote control, computer
Or
driven, or it was just a magnet. But
or
even a
magnet. I was
magnet would
gonna
have
say,
more. Yeah, but even a magnet would have more leeway in it. As it like tries to narrow that thing down. It was uncanny. It was very unreal, and it was right in front of our faces. And so when you think about it, when a computer can read thousands of frames per second, our brains just don't comprehend it. How would that robot fall over?
yeah.
An earthquake could happen. I mean, that robot is more likely to surf down a 2x4 in a collapsing house and still stay standing, just reading its surroundings. It's not to say that it can't, but what is the real likelihood of that happening?
And
Uh,
yeah, and even that one sales guy that was talking to us said
mhm.
that was one of the first things they needed to figure out, or they did figure out, was
Mhm.
how to prevent that, because it would be a total liability if a robot were to fall on a kid or whatever.
Yeah, and it's its range of motion. The one thing Tesla didn't do was fall sideways. It fell backwards and it caught itself. Forward and backwards, I think, because of its hips and everything are allowed. We can tilt sideways. So I'd be curious to see Optimus's range of motion. Can it throw a roundhouse kick out there? I don't. Its legs are usually forward and backwards. Uh, but I think once they do that, we're gonna have a full blown ballerina on our hands, and it's not going to be able to. Well, I mean, that might sound funny, but imagine the movements a ballerina can do, because it takes a lot of strength. I've never done ballet, but I've seen some guys that do, and they're shredded more than anybody. Like
Yeah.
your robot will be able to pick you up with one hand and hold you above its head, and just
Yeah.
dance you around. Uh, you want to dress your robot up as Patrick Swayze? What was it? The dancing movie? She runs in and he holds her up.
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah, you could do that in your living room with your robot. It's not going to fall. It's not going to do anything. Your husband surely doesn't want to try it. Like, hey, full sin. He's going to sit on the couch with a cold beer, and he's going to watch it. He might even enjoy it. Uh, but, like, we're getting there. And what was the first comeback you said that you saw from people was Boston Dynamics has been doing this for years now.
Yeah, I saw an article. It was talking about the Tesla bot walking in mulch and uneven hills.
Yeah.
And the first people said was Boston Dynamics has been doing this for years. So
I'd tell those people to shut up. Shut up, because you have no idea what you're talking about. Does Boston Dynamics have a program that says it's going to fall and catch itself right here? Yes. It has little tennis ball feet. So at any angle, it's technically still the same surface. If you see those, like there was even one of those dogs at the robotics convention. So we've seen these in real life, but they had like those little round feet. No matter what angle it falls, it's still there. It just needs to do some calculations.
Yeah, nothing. You can't take away from what Tesla's done.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, let's bring up the other major factor. I'm glad Boston Dynamics has been doing this for years. They've been around as long as I've been alive. Congrats on the almost 40 years of development. Because 2-3 years ago, this was an idea on a napkin. Elon was like, "Yeah, it would be cool if we made humanoid robots. Let's give it a shot." told everybody one day, we're going to make robots. And then 30 days later, it's walking out on stage. 90 days later, it had Model 2. Within 90 days each, we got 3 different models, and each one went from like, that's adorable, it's tethered to the ceiling, to that has skin now. It's getting a lot better, a lot faster. I mean, in 1 year, we jumped from the Model T to a let's go with like an 80s iRock. We're fuel injected, but not so much computer driven. Like they went a long way in just a couple years with the robot.
Sure.
And so I don't care what anybody says, and I don't want to talk bad about Boston Dynamics because I'm actually a huge fan of them.
Yeah.
But I'm just not going to compare them to Tesla because they're killing it left, right. They're batting 1,000 compared to Boston Dynamics. Not to mention, I am going to shoot and take down every Boston Dynamics robot that I see, because if you guys saw what I saw, they look like zombies. Okay, I have seen the Boston Dynamics humanoid robot, and the only thing that comes in my mind is put that thing down. I don't know if now zombies, you need to get them in the head. That's a headshot.
Yeah.
Where's the main processor on these robots? Because I just want to know: is it center mass? Do we still put it in the head like a brain? Or do we just play it safe and go with explosives and we hit every one of them?
Yeah,
asking for a friend.
The Boston Dynamics one actually the new one, not the old Atlas, but the new Atlas reminds me of the robot in the new Lost in Space series.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. Very similar the way it looks.
Yeah, so not big and bulky anymore.
No.
Huh, got rid of that.
Yeah.
What was that robot's name? I used to have a toy of that thing. Big old round head.
Was it just Robot?
No, the robot had a name.
Did it? I don't remember.
Shoot. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's where we're at.
So that's where we're at.
And I really, and it's not going to happen, because one thing we did, and we've talked about this a few times, I'm sure people think I'm crazy. You think I'm crazy until you see this thing in person. When a robot has eyes, it's weird. Something's looking at you. Something dead is looking at you. Like it's very weird. And when it follows you around and keeps eye contact with you, and I don't think people are getting this. They think eye contact, like the Mona Lisa, where you put the pupils in the middle, so no matter where you're at, it looks like it's looking at you. No, this thing's looking at you. Its eyes are following you. And like, I'm gonna put a blindfold over this thing. Like, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Like,
it's very
awkward.
It's pretty weird.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that. And just kind of going back into what I was saying, I think the more human we make it, the more humanity we give up. What's the group, the incel? Because let's just jump ahead. First of all, the robot, if it looks like Megan Fox, sorry, ladies. Unfortunately, I don't know if that's even competition. Okay, now I'm not saying she's the best looking girl in the world, and sure, it's the inside that what counts. We're being very superficial when it comes to this, but we got a whole group of men that are also very superficial. Like, like they care about what. Look at a dating app. I don't want to hear anything about being sexist or nothing until you tell me you've never been on a dating app, because the first thing you see is the picture. It's not, hi, my name is this, I like long walks on the beach. It's, do you think I'm hot? Swipe left or right. And then if you think you're hot and you both think you're hot, then you can have that awkward conversation for the next 4 months that goes nowhere. Like it's not, nothing's happening. So now you tell me this thing can cook, clean, childcare. I might even have kids. Maybe I might just adopt one, because there's an adoption crisis going on. There's a lot of kids that don't have parents. I could be one. It's not like it's going to take any weight off my back. This thing's the one taking care of it. At what point do I need a woman? Because the second we put skin on them and make them look like that, you would have to be incredibly ignorant to think the sex industry is not getting a hold of this.
Oh,
it's going to be one of the first. Why else would you make it look like Megan Fox?
They're always the first to adopt new technology. It's been proven over and over and over again.
Yeah. And like, it's kind of funny to say, like, you're going to be banging a robot in the next five years, but that's the only reason you'd make a robot look like Megan Fox.
Yeah.
That's it. And what'd you say when the dad and mom are talking? Like, I thought you were going to get a British, like an old British man robot. Like, there's like different characters you could pick out.
Yeah.
But
the dad landed on the daughter.
The daughter did, but the daughter did pick it up. That was not like
Yeah,
a cop out. The
yeah,
daughter's like, "Can we get that one?"
yeah.
The dad just had no complaints. Yeah, we could probably get that one. uh, but just think about it. Let's pretend you're an average male, and you could go through the struggle of asking a girl out. She'll call you thirsty. You know, she'll probably accuse you of how many other girls you're talking to. Like, whatever. What else happens? Just first of all, getting to that date. There's a lot of work that needs to be done. Okay. And then there's the we got to get to know each other part, and then there's the we kick it off, and then we get married. So now I get to give you half my stuff. I get to hear you complain and bitch the whole time. Like once the honeymoon phase is over, that's next. I would say like 1 in 10,000 probably have a real relationship. Like where there's not just a bunch of complaining. Everyone argues no matter what. That's not even the biggest deal, but you hear the complaints. My wife this, my wife that.
So
Uh,
here's the other thing, right? So
uh-huh.
studies have shown that AI chatbots are more empathetic
Hmm.
and have a better understanding of uh, the human mind
Yeah.
than humans do on their own. So if you have a robot that can do all the stuff that you need to do around the house, it's more empathetic. You
Mhm.
can turn off when you want.
Yeah.
Um, I think we're in for some strange times.
Well, it only seems strange to us because I think we're used to the other human side. Because this probably, I don't think we're gonna. Megan Fox isn't rolling off the assembly lines in the
No,
next couple of years.
no.
This is if everything went perfect 10 years down the road, because we still have to develop skin and all of that.
Yeah.
Eyeballs, I hope we never do. Maybe more like 20 years. Who
I'm
knows?
thinking, I'm thinking 20 years.
Yeah, I'm thinking this is something. If you have kids now, little kids, they'll be seeing this.
Yeah.
Um, uh, where are we going with this? Oh yeah, it'll only be weird to us, not to them. It'll be weird from the outside, but to them, they'll have a real connection with this robot because there's a report we talked about on this channel a while back, and it was about psychiatry in the AI realm, and it was like 80% better than humans, and now it's off the charts.
Yeah.
Like it was like we understand more, empathetic more, and it just blew away uh, psychiatrists and therapists right
Yeah.
right out of the gate.
Yeah.
Like it's only going to get better. So now you have the mental and physical side taken care of. It'll only be weird to the people that knew what it was like beforehand. But the real dangerous side is in this movie. Someone does attack a robot because they're taking jobs. You see a little bit of that revolt in there,
Yeah.
um, and you see him just get wrecked. And I don't know, and I guess I'm not a head doctor here, but I'm willing to bet your brain doesn't know the difference. If you watch me walk out there and just right hook Megan Fox right now, I mean a haymaker. I'll come from downtown and just knock its head off. You would be enraged that I just hit a woman. I don't think your brain would understand the difference. I could say, it's just a robot. We're just laughing, having fun. I just wanted to see what I could do. Uh, I think we're going to get desensitized to that quick, as far as harm, killing, and then at that point, you're going to lose sight of what life is even about. Because they say like if video games can create killers, just think about this. You lose sensitivity to life. You don't know the meaning of life because you die in games all the time and come right back. You're gonna bring that into real life. Like, oh, I got to go get a new arm for mine. I took it off. I got mad and stuck my Megan Fox in the blender. Like I got to go get a new arm. Like I think you're just. I don't know if serial killers are gonna go rampant, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot easier to kill in the future.
Man, you
Wait,
went dark.
I'm serious. There's gonna be that. I think that's why there's definitely more gun violence, as we go on. But violence is just a thing, and you just don't know how fragile people are. I've watched people die in fights, and like, and I think we're only getting less and less sensitive, just more desensitized to it. You don't understand how fragile human beings actually are, and I think that's going to be a real problem. If honestly, if I was in control, Donald Trump said, I need another Donald in here. You can work with Elon hand in hand. I would right now make it a dead fact for eternity. You cannot put skin on these things.
Yeah, no, I get
Like,
it.
leave that off. The sex industry can still have it. You can still put holes in things, but no skin, no human. I would even say no human faces. Optimus is perfect. Streamline Optimus, make it more, but never leave that just blank face. And
Just make it more inanimate, so
yeah,
so it's not confusing.
exactly. The
Yeah,
human brain will always know that's a robot.
yeah. No, I get it. That's actually an interesting thought. I hadn't thought about that.
Uh,
Will it happen? Probably not.
oh yeah, the no skin, absolutely not. We're gonna jump on that all over the place, and then they're gonna go back in time. They're gonna find Sarah Connor. It's gonna happen. We've seen the documentaries,
The document.
the Hollywood documentaries.
Oh my god.
But I'm dead serious. I mean, this is why I literally told you we need to do a video about literally just this, and then Optimus comes out of the corner, walking on mulch. But there's we're just gonna lose everything. We're gonna lose sight of everything the second there's skin on there. Fall in love with an Optimus robot, or what they look like now. Take some of the edges off, because some of them still look clunky. You just know that thing's a robot and it can't do much.
Yeah.
Round them out, make them more efficient. Leave the looks alone. Like, if there's ever a point you got to bring that robot home, say this is my date, and you have to explain to your parents this is a robot, by the way. It's over. It's too late. Like, we should be able to make that distinction, and I can't even press how serious I am on this matter. Like, it's going to do a lot of good at first. You're gonna, what do you call them? The incels, right? The guys that don't have sex.
Yeah.
Those are the ones shooting up schools. Those are the ones that have problems. They're killing themselves. I actually, if they could just get a Megan Fox for every one of them, I'm about it. If that's what it takes to make you feel like you have somebody, and you don't kill yourself, you don't harm anyone else, I would buy it for them. Like, that's how much I like that. I just don't think we stop there. I think it continues. It's just going to spread. And then, and we've talked about a Megan Fox robot. Boys aren't off the hook either.
No.
You can make this thing hung. You can make it the perfect size, beach body robot. For every Megan Fox coming off the assembly line, there's going to be the other one.
There's going to be a Brad Pitt and
Exactly.
every
And
other
then,
whatever.
yeah. You think your wife really does have a headache every night? All of a sudden, that headache's going to go away. She's not going to be having headaches anymore. All of a sudden, she's going to be feeling well every night. Everyone's heard the excuses. Not in the mood. She's going to be in the mood. Like, now we got to worry about robot rights, because husband's going to smoke that thing. Just get real tired of it. This is why I told you I want the British one. I want the 90-year-old British man. And when he finds out, still made with the same joints.
I want the Michael Caine for my.
Yeah, till you find out, same actuators, same joints, still doing all the same work.
Luckily, I think we've got some time.
We do.
Yeah.
But, this is the time that, and we know this is, speaking into nowhere in a vacuum right now, because this is the time that we need to be having these conversations, talking about this, bringing awareness now, because every day we unleash something new. Every day there's an AI development. It's a Pandora's box every time, and there is no closing it. There's no way you're going to bring out a Megan Fox robot and then say that was a bad idea, and then stop making them.
Yeah.
Like,
and I don't know if you saw the news where, well, Google has been shooting up, right?
Yeah.
It was based on their new chips solving some quantum computing issues.
It was 1 million septillion times faster than our fastest supercomputer.
Yeah. So
that's a smart Megan Fox.
AI has been making quantum computing better. Quantum computing is going to make AI better. It's a feedback loop. It's a feedback loop at this point.
Yeah, it is.
The all the things that we're talking about, AI, robotics, material science, from here on out are going to start getting increasingly better, faster.
Yeah. when I heard how much faster, in theory, that new chip is going to be from Google, that that's Megan Fox is going to be coming around the corner.
Yeah, I still think I still think we got some time. Like you
Yeah,
said, 10. I'm thinking 20 years. Um, who knows?
I'm
But
thinking it's in your home in 20 years.
yeah,
10 years, probably a prototype.
yeah, we've got robotics. So the robotics are coming.
Yeah,
They are here. You're going to start seeing them. You're going to start seeing them in factories and doing labor type stuff sooner.
which they already are. They're in Tesla's factory and BMW's factory.
Yeah,
These are humanoids doing actual jobs. There was one more that does have a 9 to 5 job.
yeah.
I should have brought it up for this video.
That
Humanoid robot doing a 9 to 5.
so that's here.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna increase over the next few years, and you
Like a
will
wildfire.
you will see them do the jobs like they were showing in the movie. Like so,
Mm-hmm.
the Megan Fox model aside, they had
Yeah.
plumbers, they had electricians, they had basically a whole crew building a building, which
Yeah.
was
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. You guys have to watch this movie because and it was a union job. Was it? No, maybe it wasn't. Was it a union job?
it was a crew of union
Construction crew.
workers.
Yeah, because this doesn't spoil anything. But if you don't want to be spoiled, you should click off now. This doesn't mean anything. I'll put it that way. Uh, but the guy's whole team gets laid off. Now he doesn't get laid off because insurance says you need to have one human on the job site at a time. And he's there sitting on the hood of his car while these robots are building an actual skyscraper, putting it in, welding the beams in, and just doing all the work.
Yeah,
And I thought just the little tiny details of that was like, wow. So that's going to be the transition.
that is coming sooner than people think.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I think that part will be nice. I think robots taking over would be nice as long as they look like Optimus and don't go any further. I'm dead serious. I think it's going to do good, but it's going to be like it's a gateway drug. That's exactly what it is. It's the best analogy I have. The first Megan Fox model is going to be like that first hit of pot the dare officer tells you never to do because next week you're doing heroin. I think that's what they said. That's how fast this thing's going to take over.
Yeah,
And then, oh man, we did go dark, but to the other side of things, the more robots that are out there doing things, maybe that does give you more time for family time. You know, what I did think was weird, your kids have probably never been safer though,
yeah,
was Megan Fox takes the kid to the park. The kids, there's 2 kids. Now, when they show up to the park, there's the playground in the middle, all the kids playing around there, and there's just a bunch of robots on the outside watching the kids. Your kid's not getting kidnapped.
no.
Like, can you imagine if there's a safety protocol in these robots of if this happens, get that mother like good luck. You got a beehive of just androids coming after you. Like it was very I almost felt the kids are probably having the time of their lives. There was no parent connection there. And so there's just gonna be so much good and bad, but we take 1 inch of good and just run that thing thin. We will stretch a mile out of that, and we will use and abuse these things until someone out there says these things need human rights. That's another thing. I know the video's probably getting lengthy. I know, but like podcast style, human rights for robot rights. The second we make them human, we're probably because you almost feel guilty. This robot's fixing things around the house, like 100% slave work. That is all this is. Like, go do this. Hey, charge up. Fix this. Like take my kids. Do this. It is so mentally and physically draining as parents. I know what this feels like. And you're just like, go do it. And it does it. It learns its schedule and does it automatically. I even feel guilty. Like, you need something? You need some like grease on the joints? What do you need? You want some 1040 oil? Like how can I help you out here? Like
As long as it's not sentient, then we're okay.
I don't know, even if it's sentient. I made you. I'm gonna have the God complex. You follow me. I made you. I'll take you out. if it's sentient making, I don't want that. I really
No,
don't.
no,
Because then it does need rights. I
yeah,
feel like at that point, you're going to argue religion and does it have a soul? But right now, that's going to be in the religion realm, and that's going to be it. If it can think, make decisions on its own, do whatever it wants, like you tell it to do something, it's like, nah, I don't feel like doing it. You're getting unplugged from me. Like, good luck finding a power source.
yeah.
But for everyone else, this is legal slavery. Yeah, there's no other way.
That's
You
a
don't
whole
feel
nother
bad at all?
topic, man. That's a whole nother topic.
It is. It's gonna free up everybody. We got to get back to the light side of with this. Everyone will just love each other. World peace. We'll all be able to hang out. And if you suck at grilling, don't worry about it. Megan Fox will come over there and get that barbecue actually going. Everyone will get to have Kansas City barbecue because you can just download the file from my area. All right, you can be in wherever you want. It'll taste just like Kansas City.
That's
The
right.
only place that actually has real barbecue. Tennessee, Texas,
Oh my
stop.
god. Oh
They're
my
just
god.
second place. Where do you live? You don't even know what barbecue. You don't even know what we're talking about.
I grew
Okay,
up in Texas, man.
Texas doesn't have barbecue.
Oh yeah, they do.
No, they have meat that they put on like a grill, and then they toss some
No,
barbecue sauce on there. You
no.
can dip into barbecue sauce.
There's difference between grilling and barbecuing. Barbecuing is low, slow smoked, right?
Yeah,
Where
Texas doesn't even know what that is.
oh my god.
In Texas, they call it barbecuing because they cooked it on a grill. Okay,
No, 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 no.
yes. I listen. I've been to Texas and I've lived in Kansas City my whole life. I've had barbecue in both. I've had barbecue actually only in one, but I've had what others call a barbecue in the other.
Oh my
And
god.
for the other states that don't even have it, you don't even know what we're talking about right now. It's because you don't have a life or a soul. That, that's it.
On that note,
On that note, okay, so I always ask everyone a question at the end of these videos. Uh, and actually, I don't know if someone said we should put these on Spotify because we really do just kind of kick back talk, very, very podcast style. Yeah, so I don't know if we should do that. I mean, I guess I would like to know if everyone wants to hear that in the comments. But I am curious. I think 20 years, in 20 years, you have a Megan Fox robot.
yeah, I agree.
Like you're picking out which model you're getting.
Yeah,
That's comfortable in my eyes. 10 years, I would almost put outside of some supercomputer stuff just kicking off. I don't think it happens in 10 years.
no, I'm thinking 20.
Okay. I'm thinking I'm going to put my number at 15 then.
Okay.
Because 10's too soon. 20's already here. I'm trying to find like when this really when I guess as far as a forest fire is concerned, this is the first flame bigger than a matchstick. Like that's where I'm at. It's going to be an absolute fire and hurricane that sweeps the world.
Yeah.
But I'm curious. Everyone's timeline. Mike's 20. He's like a boomer. He's off. He's a little slow. Mine's 15 because I'm accurate. But I am curious. What is your timeline? Give me two timelines. The first robot you buy, it's coming to your home, and then the first robot that comes to your home fully skinned and needs to wear lingerie or something underneath the clothes because it's got a human body, a humanish like body
Yeah.
underneath. What's your timeline real quick on Optimus in your house?
So Optimus in my house, 5 years.
Okay. That's what it was before. We were both right there because it's going to be in factories first. I
Yeah.
think we settle in for a couple of years on that, and then it's in
Yeah.
your home.
Yeah. By 20, I think we said by 2030.
Yeah.
They'll be in your house.
Yeah.
2045, you've got the Megan Fox, Brad Pitt models, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever
You got
model
Mr.
you
and
want.
Mrs. Smith coming out for nostalgic reasons. Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt.
Perfect. Yeah.
Uh, hopefully, we don't teach them a gun
You can
protocol.
they'll even recreate some of the fight scenes for you if you want them to.
There is a world of everything we could do. Not that we would need them, but they could be actors and actresses because we wouldn't need a stunt double. But we also wouldn't need that Castor just released, which it's going to be our next video. Talking about the AI video now, because Google's got their Sora released theirs finally to the public. Everyone's got one now.
God, there's not going to be a need for actors anymore.
I know, it's amazing.
It's crazy.
I think it's great because I really don't care about their 15 minutes of fame. There's
Yeah.
actors and actresses I like, and I like them until I hear their political opinion. Whether it sides with me or not, I do not care. Like I like watching you on screen. I don't like your brain. Okay, I
Yeah.
like the actor you portray. Let's just stick with that. All right.
So
Anyway,
Sora, the next video.
yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up here, ladies and gentlemen. You know the question and answer down below. Yeah, do all that, and I will see you guys in the next video. So, Mike,
See ya.
I'll be there. Have a good one.